TV series called 7th Street Theater.
It's different. It's not necessarily
And providentially on.
This also was here just a few.
Hello, this is Cheryl Arias-Wicker with Christian Movie Connect, and we are at the Christian Women in Media National Conference in Nashville, Tennessee. It has been a really exciting day. We've had media seminars, we had a top media panel today, and a keynote speaker was Dr. Carol Swain, and she's with us right now. Thank you so much for being with us, Carol.
It's my pleasure.
Okay. Well, tell us what you shared with the ladies today, just a little short summary of what you talked about.
Well, I talked about how the women in media have such a grand opportunity to use their platforms to help change the culture. And so often we get in a rut, or we think that, because I'm a Christian woman, I have to just talk to other Christians. Many of us are placed in a circumstance where we can reach the secular world. And I don't think that people should underestimate the influence they can have through their words. And so part of that was encouraging women to use those God-given platforms to change the culture. And it doesn't always have to be overt, observable, deliberate. It can be covert in the way that as a Christian man or woman in the media, prayer is always possible. I mean, that's where we start. And everyone should be starting their day with prayer. But you can pray for the nation. You can pray for your movies. You can pray for your shows. You can pray for the people with whom you work. And that's a very covert way to influence the culture, but also by the way you live your life, that you don't have to necessarily preach to other people and tell them they have to live your lifestyle. But you, by showing the love of Christ and the peace of God and the way you carry yourself, you don't have to go out you're not out at the parties, you're not drugging, you see your friends come in with the hangovers. The way you live your life can be attractive. It can be a magnet. And so you can be that role model that so many young people need. They need positive role models in Hollywood. They need positive role models in music and in all the industries connected to television.
Okay, well, very good. And God has given you a very large platform in being a commentator on, all of the big national networks, Fox News and all of that. And of course, I work in the film industry, and that's another huge platform. And there are filmmakers out there trying to impact the culture. What would you say to filmmakers who are trying to make a difference with their movies?
Well, first of all, I would say that they have to be bold and realize that God is the source of all ideas, and that there are creative ideas that God may have for them, directions that they can take their work, and for them to be bold, take a risk. And I believe that they will see tremendous rewards if they're willing to step outside the box. That too many of us feel comfortable in the box, but step outside the box. And also realize that there's a world out there that's hungry for information. There's so many people that are hurting. That's why drugs is such a big problem for people in the television, film, motion picture industry, that people are trying to numb the pain. And for those of us that are Christians, we know that there's always going to be that emptiness unless you know Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. He can fill those empty places. So I would tell them to believe that God has placed them, their desire to do film, their desire to do movies, all the things that they feel in their heart, that is of God, and that they don't have to compromise. They don't have to become like the world to be successful.
Okay. Well, you told me a bit ago that you've had offers from filmmakers to do your life story, and you have a very interesting life story. In fact, someone is doing a documentary on your life. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, a very short documentary, and it will focus on the fact that I was a high school dropout. I was one of 12, married at 16, quickly had 3 children, and I was able to eventually get my high school equivalency, earn 5 college and university degrees, attain a job at Princeton University where I was tenured. I won the highest prize in my profession. But what I didn't talk about this morning was that I had a very dramatic born-again experience in which God sort of took me and showed me my life. I thought I was dying. I thought I was dying as an unsaved person. And out of that, God birthed the new me. And he removed a fear that I had always had of public speaking. And I believe he's called me to speak truth to power. And he took the focus off me and placed the focus on the message that I believe that he's given me to share with other people. And because of that, I can do what I do, because it's not about me, it really is about the people.
Great. God has used your life to be an inspiration to a lot of people, and we really enjoyed a chance to meet you and talk to you for just a few minutes. So thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right. And from the Christian Women in Media National Conference, this is Cheryl Wicker for Christian Movie Connect.